Welcome back to the Player Career Mode. Welcome to the final vote that you will have to vote on in this save. We are moving into Season 9, and Season 9 still looks incredibly painful. Everybody's at it. I've just noticed the guys in the background as well. Their legs are falling off. Season 9 will be the last season in this save. So let that be a strong influence on your vote. Don't vote yet. We'll show you all of the clubs that we have the potential to go to and their squads, and let you know the formation they play in, who our teammates might be, what European competition they're in, etc. Obviously, you'll know already what league they're in. So we have the opportunity to stay at Borussia Dortmund, though. That is the first option available to you, is to stay here. We've won the Champions League here, obviously, this season. Spoilers for yesterday's final by 3-0. I was heavily involved in it. But we did not win the Bundesliga or the Deutsche Pokal. If you would like me to go for the Bundesliga and the Deutsche Pokal next season with Borussia Dortmund, then you have the opportunity to vote for me to stay here at Borussia Dortmund next season, I believe, at least. Let me just double check that before I commit to putting it on the vote. I'm pretty sure you'll have the opportunity for me to stay at the club. You do indeed have the opportunity for me to stay at Borussia Dortmund. So I have the opportunity to continue my contract here. You know the team, you know the squad, you know the formation. Obviously, things might change. Things probably will change in the squad, with players coming in, players coming out. But in general, you know that we've got Kubel as a high-rated player. We've got Wirtz, we've got Rowe, we've got Pavic, we've got me up top. There's K. Cowell on the left. We've got Bremer at centre-back. We've got Lukeba. Is it Lukeba? No, Castello Junior. We've got Arnau Martinez at right-back. It's a really strong team that went undefeated in the Bundesliga and could well do so again and hopefully win the league this time. If you'd like me to spend a second season in the Bundesliga with Dortmund, then they are your first port of call on the vote. As ever, feel free to vote for as many as you would like to see me play for, and whoever comes out on top is where we go. Definitively, though, I will not be, regardless of this not actually being eligible, we will not be going to Real Madrid. I've won La Liga already. I would like to go to a league that I've not won before for this final season, whether that be stay in the Bundesliga, move to the Premier League, or move to Serie A. They're the three options nation-wise that we'll be moving to, potentially. So Real Madrid will not be a club that I play for. We have the opportunity for me to go to Manchester City. I will make sure that we can go to City with making sure that we get objectives, etc., just to ensure that we have enough options for you guys to vote upon. So Manchester City are the next option for you to potentially vote on. Manchester City, in fact, actually, let me do this in order of teams that are in this save, and then teams that aren't in this save. So West Ham are a team I can go to in this save, save me chopping and changing save files. West Ham finished 4th in the Premier League last season. They have Champions League football for next year. They play, we believe, a 4-2-3-1. And I believe that I would be first choice at the club. So, let's go and find out exactly how good this West Ham side is. Because it's got to be pretty good if it qualified for the Champions League, doesn't it? Here we are arriving then at the London Stadium to come and join the Hammers. Still can't seem to get rid of that news tile. So, who is at West Ham? Who helped get this side into the Champions League? One presumes that we are Champions League this year. I will just triple check before we do. Team stats. Champions League. West Ham United. Vamos. So, if you'd like me to come to West Ham, the team has a decent squad. It's obviously not as good as some of the others we will look at, nor the one that we'd be leaving, but it's decent. Gravenberg, Kudus, Alvarez, Sule, Andrew, Alvarez, Schlager, etc. So in goal would be Andrew, 84 rated. Easy decision. Left back Martson. We believe they play a 4-2-3-1. So left back Martson. Centre back would be Ducore and one of Jostelou or Aymeric Laporte at 37. 77 rated, so the defence is not strong. Correa will be at right back. Thierry Correa, although there is Manuel Giordano that could play a part as well in the defensive line. This isn't a great squad, but it is a curveball left field option, so I will include it in the vote. I mean, Edson Alvarez could well play at centre-back. Xavier Schlager could play at CDM as well as Ivan Carrillo. I'd like to think it would put Edson Alvarez at centre-back, but I don't think it will because there are other centre-backs in the squad and it doesn't necessarily choose rating. It might do, and I can't guarantee that it won't, but you would imagine that it won't. On the left, there is Ivan Haney, 83 rated. At centre-mid, Ryan Gravenberch will be the man that plays in the midfield, provided... I think it would put Gravenberch in. On the right-hand side, there's Kudus at 86 or Soulé at 85. Up top, it's a 4-2-3-1, so maybe Kudus would be at cam and Soulé would be on the right-hand side because there isn't a cam in the squad. And then up top, or maybe even Julian Alvarez would be at cam because I'd be starting at striker. I would be first choice. So it's a squad that doesn't necessarily make much sense at the moment. But if you want me to have a proper challenge for this final season, whilst also standing a chance of winning the Champions League again, then West Ham could well be the option that you go for. Having to chop and change saves anyway. So the next option is Manchester City. So we can go through the list in order from here on out. £105,000 a week, a 2-year deal. They initially... in Korea, when they set this My Player transfer system up, every deal you ever got was 1 year. So we complained about it, so they changed it. So now every deal you ever get is 2 years. Not quite what we had in mind, really, when we asked for it to be altered. You can get 1 year deals. You can, as in real life, you can get 1 year deals, you get 2 year deals, 3, 4, 5. Everything that's available in-game in a managerial career mode, I feel, should be available as a player career mode option as well. You could have the option of signing at City for 2 years, or at Liverpool for 3, or at Wolfsburg for 4, or maybe just a single season at Real Madrid, or a 5-year deal at a recently promoted championship side to go for a proper road to glory in a player career mode. But it is what it is. Or you should be able to negotiate your own contract. You should be able to ask for a certain wage, or a bonus, or a signing on fee, and get it or not get it. But we have the opportunity to play under Pep then at Manchester City, should you decide to send me here. They won the Premier League last year. They are Premier League reigning champions. The squad is going to be very good, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is. Erling Haaland is the man up top. 94 rated. I'd be battling against him for a starting spot. He's obviously Erling Haaland, isn't he? So it goes without saying. You kind of know who he is. Nickel, flat patron player with being goal at 92. Pedri in midfield at 92. Rodrigo on the right at 91. And Foden on the left at 90. It's going to be arguably the best squad we've played in at City. At least the most competitive squad we've played in at Manchester City, if you decide for me to go here. They play a 4-3-3. So it would be Nick in goal. It would be Udogie at left back. It would be Fardiol... only one centre-back. It would be Fardiol and Julian Peters at centre-back at 77 rated. Right-back would be Saba or Issa Kabore, because they're both 83 rated. At CDM would be Tchouaméni or Sandro Tonali. In midfield would be Pedri and, let's be honest, probably Gonzalez. So one of Tonali or Tchouaméni probably doesn't make it into the starting lineup. You imagine it, if it's a 4-2-3-1, not the 4-3-3, then McAtee would start at cam, and then it would be Foden on the left, it would be Rodrigo on the right, and it would be myself or Erling Haaland through the middle up top. There is also a Portuguese striker, Diego Lopez, here as well. But at 90 rated, I feel like I could justifiably battle with Erling Haaland as a first choice striker. If I was 85 still, no, you'd always pick Erling. But with my goal scoring record, my goal scoring history, and the fact that I'm 90 rated and probably soon to be 91 as well, with the level system about to go up another one, think I can justify starting at Manchester City. If you vote for Manchester City, of course. That's the difference. The next option we have for you is actually also in the Premier League. However, they are not in Europe. This is another curveball because we would not have the opportunity in this instance. We would not have the opportunity to retain our Champions League title. In this instance, it would be solely the Premier League that we would be going for. Chelsea are the side that are going to be on the vote next. £140,000 a week. Again, a 2-year deal because it is what it is. They play a 4-2-3-1. At least we believe they play a 4-2-3-1. And I'd be very intrigued to see how good this team is, or more accurately, perhaps because they finished 8th in the division, how good this team isn't. But sometimes you see a team finish well out of where you would expect them to, bearing in mind the quality they have in the squad. Chelsea in real life would be delighted to be 8th right now, of course, but the squad here might actually be better than it is in real life. So if you'd like me to have my last season at Chelsea, I can do, but there would be no European football. The squad is good, but not as good as City's. They have an 98 rated Aidan Calhoun, Patreon player as a fellow striker. Probably going to be the only man that's in the way striking wise. Robert Sanchez is still the number one at 82 rated and 33 years of age. That is a weak point. Miranda at left back at 83. Centre back would be De Ligt and Pacho. And at right back would be Sasha Bowie. Kylian Cedilia can also play at centre back as well, but is down as a right back at present. In midfield would be presumably Enzo Fernandez and Chukwuemeka, with Jobozlai at cam. Then Mudryk on the left and Noni Marieka. No. Abdelwahab Syed, rather unsurprisingly or predictably, the Mo Salah regen. Weirdly at Chelsea though. It would be Syed on the right with Mudryk on the left, and then myself or Aidan up top. Again, 98 is obviously, it is what it is. We look very similar actually, don't we? We've got the exact same haircut and everything. Aidan, are you me? 98 rated, but that's the way of the Patreon players on console. On PC, where we've been doing career modes most recently, we can be a bit more controlling over players' ratings. And also, next year on the player career mode, we won't have Patreon players in the player career mode save. So I would be here, the highest rated striker at 90 rated. That obviously wouldn't be the case at Manchester City, however. So that's the Chelsea squad. Has its strengths, has its weaknesses, as do every other squad so far. And your final option is one outside of the Premier League. We have one Bundesliga option. We have 3 Premier League options. Only 5 options on the vote this time around. And then we also have for you one Serie A option. We've played in Serie A, as we have the Bundesliga to stay at Dortmund, as we have the Premier League when we were at Tottenham, but we haven't won Serie A. In fact, our time in Serie A was actually pretty bloody terrible. Injured at Genoa and did dick all, really. I don't want to go to Napoli because they're unlicensed. They've not got Champions League football, so meh. But Inter Milan, yes, I could go there. £214,000. Hey, look, it's a 2-year contract. Aha! We will continue to give all of the feedback that you guys report and that we feel as well as creators to the devs via the Design Council, and hopefully things will change in due course. I can unfortunately not promise you anything. What I can promise you though is that your support means the world to me, and thank you again to those of you that have been showing it in the comment section of the content today. We're saying thank you to David Denke. We're also saying thank you to Sir Spice, and we're also saying thank you to Lewis Friend as well for your continued support on stream and in the comment section as well. So, Inter Milan, the final option for you then. Simone Inzaghi, the manager, they finished 3rd, so they are in the Champions League next year. Their squad looks like this. 99 rated. Josh Barnes is the striking rival at Inter Milan. But again, obviously, suspend your disbelief, Patreon players, etc. Won't be in the next My Player that we do. And at 90 rated, still just feel like I can compete with a first team or for a first team spot here with Josh. He's not the only 99 rated player in the save, actually. And in the PC save with the altered Patreon players, they don't actually get to 99 because I'm in control. When we created this back in September, I wasn't in control. All I did was create people and it gave them potential to be special, and then 99 is their peak. We believe Inter Milan play a 3-4-1-2. So they would have Jan Fischer in goal, regen goalkeeper of presumably Jan Sommer. Brain died there for a moment. At centre-back would be 90 rated Bastoni, 86 Buongiorno, and then presumably 79 Diego Rossi. Not 79 Diego Rossi. He's leaving to go to Salernitana. So 78 rated Van Oysden would be the centre-back. Those three would be the three centre-backs. At left, either left wing-back or left mid would probably be DeMarco, unless there's someone else further forward. Maybe Carlos Augusto. Jamie Brown would be one of the holding roles, or the holding role, 3-4-1-2. Yeah, one holding role, and then there'd be two centre mids, which would be, I don't know actually, because Luke Harris is a cam. There's Erwin Fischer, who's 65 rated and may well luck his way into the starting lineup. Then there's also Danny Brooks at 97, Carboni at 92, Richter at 86, who does have centre mid in his positional set actually, which is important. So he might be in centre mid alongside Jamie Brown and insert other player. Then on the right would be Moussa Diaby, and on the left there is no left winger, so it would probably be then DeMarco. And then up top, me. In fact, me and Josh Barnes, if they play a 3-4-1-2, he would be my strike partner. So actually we would still be first choice for the starting lineup, but that's if they play a 3-4-1-2, which I think they still do in this save. I don't know. So they're your options. Let me set the vote here whilst you're watching. So allow selection of multiple options, yes. And we will create the poll. It is created. The link will be in the description down below. I'm going to vote for all 5. And you guys will let me know which way you think this is going to go. Let me know in the comment section which way you voted. I'll hand it to the live chat that are watching now, so they can vote of their own accord at the moment. So it's entirely up to you. It will be, as I say, the last season in this save. So do you want my last year to be back in the Premier League? Or would you like my last year to be still at Dortmund, or maybe over at Inter Milan? It updates in real time, as you can see. This is what my live chat are voting right now. But by all means, don't be swayed by anything you see here. Do feel free to make your own decisions. And let me know in the comment section, as I say, which decision it is that you made. Clearly, at the moment, nobody really fancying Chelsea, but the others seem very popular. So, do let me know which way you voted. I'll keep this tab pinned to my Google Chrome for the next couple of days over the weekend. And as soon as a clear winner is found, we'll know where we'll be next week. That's all for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Do please vote. And I'll see you over the weekend for Creator Series on stream. I'll see you back on this channel on Monday for My Player Season 9. And I will also see you back on the Chesnoid Gaming channel on YouTube for the lead save. But that's all from me for now. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.